from Gran Latido Soundsystem. And once again, this is day 6 from the Walter Rodney Freedom Square, which has been the launch of the Planet Repair's Action Learning Educational Revolution. And once again, what really does that mean? It's really about the fact that we need to move in a concrete direction of learning through building power in our communities, building power organizationally, and any education that isn't addressing the crises and the many crises that we're in is no education at all. One of the reasons why we've taken this space is because we're very aware that these miseducation sites continue 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, to pump out the same desk-killing activities and peoples removed from the realities of communities. So what would it be if these institutions were training people for community service? What would it be if we were fully employed at our community service and accredited by our communities so that we were building power and actually building our nations? What would it be if we had sovereign education? So when we take this space, which has been inaugurated as of Monday, the 10th of October 2022, as the Walter Rodney Freedom Square, we see it as a sacred act of intergenerational struggle, because Walter Rodney was one of the many students that actually passed through these halls, returned to his homelands of Guyana, and was assassinated there by the forces of Western white supremacy, miseducation, and global apartheid that needed the national liberation of colonized peoples never to be a thing. But as ever, the struggle continues, and there are always a new generation to take up that struggle. And so this becomes a sacred space for the need for us to learn in how we do things. Today has been an edutainment day, a day thinking about the fact that we also learn in coming together, in being together, in feeling each other. And so with this global link, we think about the power we build globally if our education was concretely this. Now, none of this is being taught in any of these places, but this is certainly the type of education that I wish I received, and so many of our communities are now benefiting from the chance to build real interconnections and move in a concrete direction that's forward, where we leave no one behind, and more than ever, we make sure that we account for the responsibilities of living in this part of the world, where our other peoples around the world are, live on the receiving end of how the system continues. So this has been a grounding session. I'm going to introduce my brother Abel to share a bit about this global connection, the work that's being done to organize, and then we'll be able to introduce that connection and learn a bit more about music and its role in resistance for Planet Repairs. Abel, thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, brother. Yeah, it's a real blessing, a real pleasure to share this last bit. I'm sure people who've passed down through the week appreciate what a special week it has been. The start of a lot more to come. Yeah, I've been involved today on the edutainment side. Edutainment, what we call the coming together of education and entertainment, something that we see as essential as our part of our learning process. I hope it's been an enjoyable day for you all, kind of a bit of relaxation after a week of a lot of work. But also, we think, even in this entertainment we feel through the music, there's lessons in there, there's histories in there, there's struggles in there in the music that we learn from. I'm really excited that in this last session we have this chance to talk with Ricardo. About a few years ago, when I started being interested in sound systems and also becoming more politically conscious, I saw the work that Gran Latido Soundsystem are doing in Colombia and just thought, wow. I don't really want to take much more away, but it's really, I think they've been going 5 years. They had their birthday recently. Yeah, feliz cumpleaños, compi. Yeah, I hope we can all, we're going to show a video first, but just one of many videos actually Gran Latido have on YouTube that you can watch. So I encourage you to go check out more. But it's going to give a little introduction, then we're going to talk with Ricardo. We have a chance for Q&A. So yeah, thanks for being here, and let's take it away with the video.
las mujeres, el patrón, siempre.
El barrio obrero nació en 1993. Este barrio fue fundado por muchos trabajadores bananeros, ya que les tocaba salir de la finca porque no podían vivir en los campamentos. Ahí fue donde nos tomamos de estas tierras.
Nosotros hicimos un proceso como reinsertados del EPL y como la mayoría de los trabajadores no tenían casa y nosotros tampoco, hicimos una reunión para tomarnos estos terrenos en invasión y luego después se logró a negociar con el municipio. Fue una lucha bastante difícil, hubo muchos muertos, aunque no ha parado, pero ya por lo menos no por la toma de los terrenos. Ya ahora los problemas que hay son diferentes y estamos aquí haciendo región y haciendo municipio.
Here's how the banana is planted. Holes are dug a foot deep, 15 to 18 feet apart. The banana root of this, looking very much like a tree stump and weighing 3 to 5 pounds, is planted in each hole.
Nuestro estado de vulnerabilidad siempre ha sido muy grande, pero con ello también se acompaña esa fortaleza, esa resistencia y esa resiliencia que hemos tenido durante el marco del conflicto armado.
Entendemos que existen diferentes dificultades, pero estamos pasando pues por un proceso de posconflicto que nos ha llevado, por ejemplo, a que Urabá esté priorizado dentro de muchos planes y actividades. Con la organización de las mujeres se siente que ellas están trabajando para que su papel y su voz sea escuchado y se reconozca el tipo de violencia y las violencias que vivieron las mujeres en la guerra, pero sobre todo socializarlas con mujeres más jóvenes que de pronto no pasaron por ellas es el primer camino para trabajar del tema del posconflicto y género en la región. El picot ha sido uno de esas herramientas que lo llevan a uno a la tierra, el sonido, el latido, el sentir cómo esa música traspasa las paredes de nuestros hogares, que en muchas ocasiones son hogares que están siendo transgredidos, que están siendo violentados. Entonces, cuando mi mamá nos llevaba al picot, sabíamos que íbamos a ir al río, que íbamos a bailar, que íbamos a reunirnos, que nos íbamos a comer un sancocho.
Yo decía, no, es que yo quiero ir para allá, a ver eso cómo suena. Y me decía mi abuela, espero que ni se te ocurra, pero en un descuido de la abuela, tío, hermanos, amigos, todos nos íbamos allá a escuchar. Fue un momento mágico y son cosas que a uno le restauran el alma, lo ponen a vivir.
Tierra.
El sonido para nosotros culturalmente significa mucho. Significa que estamos vivos, que estamos aquí, alegría, integración, diversión. El cuerpo lo necesita, la gente lo necesita, los niños lo necesitan, los jóvenes lo necesitan. Creo que este sonido y todas estas cosas ayudan a que el ser humano se sienta vivo y que se sienta que está aquí en la tierra y que no descuide la parte espiritual, que es lo más bonito.
Nos llena de muchísima emoción de poder compartir esta pasión tan grande que tenemos por estas cajas que nos hacen vibrar.
El tema cultural es fundamental para los seres humanos. Necesitamos sentir, escuchar, estamos vivos. Eso transmite una energía, sentir que nosotros vibramos, que con ello también vibran nuestra esperanza, nuestras ganas.
Nosotros utilizamos el tambor como un instrumento para reconocer y no dejar morir la tradición. Eso no es resistencia, eso es libertad, por medio del tambor. Y cada himno o cada tonada que uno entona es una liberación. Con la música libero mi alma, me transporto a mucho más allá, en lo ancestral.
Las guerras deberían estar alrededor de la música, nada de muertes. Entonces me gusta porque es como una defensa al sonido, a lo que late, a lo que más les hace sentir a los jóvenes, y sentir que un picot que tiene otros sonidos, que tiene otro color, porque es incluso distinto al color que tienen los de la región, es una forma como decirles, hey, o sea, el sonido no tiene territorio, el sonido no tiene nacionalidad, la música se puede sentir desde todos los espacios.
Palabra, sonido y poder. Palabra, sonido y poder. ¿Cómo dice? Palabra, sonido y poder.
Tim, tim, tom, pra acabar com a tristeza. Tim, tim, tom, feito mágica. Tim, tim, tom, pra acabar com a tristeza. Tim, tim, tom, pra acabar com a tristeza. Tim, tim, tom, feito mágica. Tim, tim, tom, pra acabar com a tristeza.
No queremos más hijos muertos, porque los hijos de nosotros las mujeres son los que caen en los combates, son los que están hoy en conflicto, que no queremos perder más lideresas, más defensas de derechos humanos, basta de violencia, basta de más muerte, basta del silencio.
Cada cosa que decimos es válida y puede transformar nuestras vidas y las vidas de alguien más, las vidas de otras mujeres, las vidas de las niñas futuras.
A las mujeres nos han puesto una barrera de que no podemos crear juntas, y la Juntanza ha hecho cosas maravillosas, y en la región de Urabá y en Colombia la Juntanza nos ha demostrado que tenemos participación política, participación social, artística, cultural. Entonces ese es como mi llamado a la Juntanza, a prepararse, a formarse y a hacer valer sus derechos como mujeres.
La mujer de Apartado y de Urabá es una mujer que lucha por encima de todo por defender su familia, por defender sus hijos, por defender lo que tiene y por defender el territorio, que es lo que tenemos en estos momentos.
Todas las mujeres afro vamos a seguir adelante. Empoderémonos de la ley. Empoderémonos. Vamos, compañeras, que unidas somos más. Y que viva nuestra raza. 100% negra, presente.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, like this, I think it works. See? Yeah, okay, now can you hear us, Ricardo?
Is the mixer?
Okay, like this?
The mix good?
Hey!
Okay. Woo! Okay.
Okay, thanks so much. Yeah, wow. Okay, yeah. Everyone's a bit shocked taking in the video. I think we have some ideas to ask me questions and then we open the floor. But yeah, thanks for the video. I know there's much more, but I also know recently, I think maybe your most recent session was one about memory in the communities, and this theme is coming up here in the video as well. So I wonder maybe for the first one, if you want to talk about, maybe if you want to talk about the video that just played, you want to introduce yourself, and then yeah, we talk about a question about memory in the sound system.
Okay, hello everyone. Hola a todas y a todos allá por ese lado del mundo. It's an honor to be here in connection with this what's happening over there. No, like local week of liberating education. It's amazing. These things are happening around the world, and no, it's really nice that we can share our experiences, no, in different parts of the world, so we can learn from each other and support each other around the world and change it for a better one, no? So no, thank you very much. The video you just saw, this happened like almost 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago, and it was in the 8 March, the day that commemorates women's rights. We went to this place. It's a place that has been impacted by violence and war during Colombian history, and we went to this place where, in the video you can show it. It's a place where the workers gained their space to live there, but in the middle of the struggle there was a big killing in '94. So we wanted to go there to make some kind of memory, and but in a nice way, you know, helping this this woman to have amplificate their voices and their messages. We believe we promote some system culture in this side of the world, and we believe it's very powerful for community connection, for amplification of many messages that we many times people don't have the power to project and to make the other ones hear. And we think it's a tool of social transformation itself. That's why we promote this culture. No, I'm very happy, and I'm glad I can I can answer some questions.
Thank you. I'm also very happy, Ricardo. So today, when you're speaking, we amplify your voice on the sound system here.
That's great.
First up, we're in SOAS, University of London, and there's all these huge university buildings, and the sound is echoing between them all. It's great. Yeah, again, people want to ask questions. The next thing I wanted to raise, I know in the big protest movements against last year in Colombia, I know you guys were involved, and like you say, the sound system was an instrument of change. So I wondered if you want to speak about this a bit, maybe.
Okay. Well, we here in Colombia we live in a special context, but I think things like us happen in different ways all around the world. We just we take these experiences and try to make it our own. Last year we had like a social explosion that it started at the end of 2019, and what we considered we have to do with this really powerful amplification tool it was exactly that. No, people were going in the street in the middle of COVID. So imagine there was something more relevant than staying home, trying to survive to COVID. They say no, if we stay home, we will die, no, because no food, no security, no health, no. So people came out in the street, and what we did is we put our sound system in a truck and just go with them. It was, I think it gave some really special things because one, it created a secure space. No, there were some places where gas and police riots, and all this kind of riots that happens in this situation, and the sound system, the music, the microphone, and the message gave like a connection, a really strong connection between the people there. the music and the words protect the people that were there, control a little bit, and connect the intention of the people that were there. So it was like a kind of more organized, more powerful. The microphone was open, so people came and everybody could say really loud what they wanted to say. When the police wanted to provoke us, we just say it out loud, no? And people from the buildings around were filming with the phones, so it helped a lot in many ways. It was like a 2 month protest every day in the street, a lot of rioting, a lot of people disappeared, people got killed. Really strong moments, but culture and art and culture played a very important role in this protest. Was the way to educate, was the way to unite, was the way to get strength. So we were just part of it with our tool, amplifying all this what was happening, and it was not very special because now we got at least we got like a change of government. We have like the same government for hundreds of years, and now they're still politicians, so we don't know. But at least there's another air, no? There's a hope, and you feel comfortable. You don't feel that you're the enemy of your government, no? So things happen slowly or sometimes very quickly. But I think that these kinds of things of connection, of amplification, art, culture, education, change our realities. Eso. Viva el paro.
Yeah, bro. Thank you, Ricardo. And yeah, this video, maybe we should really share some more videos of the work you did in this. Again, if anyone wants to ask questions, please feel free. Sarah, you want to say? Yeah, I can maybe come here. Yeah,
See?
Yeah, you can hear better.
Saludos.
Hola, Sara.
With mi pregunta, my question would be, we've been talking about the process that we're trying to bring forward here as it relates to like this state that we're in and the context that we find ourselves in. And on Wednesday, we watched Santiago Rising, which is a movie about el estallido social in Chile, the social expression in Chile. And there was a very powerful moment when someone said, the first enemy of fascism is art. So I wonder if you could speak a little bit about what you're talking about there, the amplification of resistance, the amplification of connection, and how the context in Latin America is changing because there's a rise in a different way of being away from the normal state, which is a fascist state. And if you could talk a little bit about that.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Well, I think art. I'm going to speak about like what I just lived last year, what I saw in the middle of these protests, and I think that art gave people the power to don't become just like a no-face guy that is throwing rocks, and so they can say, oh, everybody is equal. They're vandals and terrorists, so we have the power to attack back. No, art gave different colors, different identities, give people different channels of communication. No, you can communicate to young people, to older people, to all kind of society from different places. So you just got like all the communities and all the society just like you erased their differences and make one big thing, like fighting for the rights, fighting for what is good, and even if in the TV they show people, they only show three people, like the riots and like it's a bad image. I think that a very important part of last year's protest was art, was culture, was indigenous and Afro identity, like Colombia. No, Colombia is made of all these and many more things, and everything was there, and all thanks to art, to music, to graffiti, where big murals were drawn all over Colombia crying for help, denunciando a la policía. So I don't know. I think art has this power, no, to to create and unite from diversity, yeah, and give a strong voice against difficult things, against police violence, against difficult fascism and difficult situations that we can find it in the way.
I look around for more questions. One thing I know we spoke, so yeah, obviously like we had these wins, but you say like la lucha continua hasta la victoria. So I guess, okay, I have a question from Felix. Yeah, come on, yeah, coming up.
Hello, bro. I think, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What you're doing is really, really inspiring. I've been involved with London squat parties and groups like Reclaim the Streets, and we've been doing squat and parties, Casino Occupada, I think the word, occupied spaces, for like 30 years. There's lots of sound system crews I'm going to show this video to, and they'll be really inspired by what you're doing. I believe in solidarity, not charity. If there's any way any of those sound systems can link with you guys and help in any way that we can help each other in solidarity. One example, back in the 90s, the group called Squatters Action for Secure Homes, and they raised Rock Against the Blockade. They raised money for a 20k sound system to Cuba, and they took shipped out a 20k sound system to Cuba. Music knows no boundaries, no borders, like your film says. So anyway, there is solidarity that we can twin sound systems here with groups in other countries and help each other and raise awareness of what's going on in Colombia. We don't hear enough over here. Activist friends told us about Plan Colombia years ago, back in the 90s. But anyway, we can have solidarity and help each other. We learn from you, you learn from us, we help each other. Let us know, because lots of sound system crews will show this and be inspired. Viva, nice one. Reclaim the streets.
Hey, thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Reclaim the streets, each one teach one. I'm so happy that that's making these links and sharing our experience, and you can share your experience too. We have to link. Please write us on Instagram, on Facebook. We're there just to link and see what we can continue doing. You know, if we are more and we work together around the world, for sure, I think we're gonna create like a better conscious, of what's going on all around the world. Sometimes we just see little parts, and if we have the bigger picture, I think we can do better things together.
One last question, I think. I'd say, like I said, the struggle is going on. I know you're continuing, you're still very busy with the project. Us too, we start this trailer now, we launch, go on. Maybe if you can give some thoughts on how you see the situation, particularly amongst young people, how it is. Maybe, for example, in Uraba, where the video was about in the last 2 years, how is the situation now with young people? How do you see the forms of engagement to go forward from here?
Okay, in Urabá things are changing, some slow, some very fast, but we're really happy of what's going on there. In one side, the side of the culture, for example, the sound systems over there were really like stopped and prohibited, and were like stigmatized because of the violence. And now, after all this, what's going on, they're starting to do meetings, showing that it's their culture of resistance, and they're talking with entities and the government, so they have their own space. So in this way, everything is going really nice. They're gonna make the like a third meeting in November. Other things that I've seen is that they put their sound systems on trucks, as they saw here, like we do, and they're helping. Yeah, like mobilizations, no, LGTBI mobilizations, cleaning spaces, ecological gatherings. So things are moving, and many of the crews of the sound systems, because in Urabá there are more than 50. They want to help all these kids that they're no job, no parents, no nothing, just violence in the street, and try to give them place inside the crew and to teach them everything that you can learn being in a sound system crew, like music, technical things, electrical things, work with wood, work with sound. So I think this is a very nice thing. What is happening in Urabá after this. Yeah, I'm so happy, so happy.
Likewise, we're really happy to make this connection. We appreciate your words, Ricardo, and your advice and your teaching. I will open up a last look round for anyone who want to say anything or ask questions, or maybe if you have a selection for us to play on the sound system as we finish up.
I don't know if I can put some music from here. So maybe I leave it to you or over there. But no, big up to all of you, to all the family that is now united around this sound system, around this projection, talking about education, talking about like liberating education. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for sharing. Anything we're here just to be part of this. We're really happy, and yeah, enjoy this last day, and keep on believing that we together can change our realities.
Maybe if we can all,
Yeah.
we're all going to come to the projector at the front, and then we take a photo.
And we'll shout
Okay.
Viva Colombia from whatever you freedom stood.
Yeah. Crowd in, family. Crowd in.
What do you want to ask questions while we assemble? There's some more questions, and we're going to assemble while we assemble. Yeah. Okay. My question was, in the UK, with the police target the sound systems, have you had that as a problem, and how have you dealt with that?
Okay. Yes, of course. No, of course they target us on systems because we are loud. We say things some people they want to hear. But here we make like a kind of public space workshop, and we find, for example, that we as citizens have the right to make a manifestation in the street. See, we don't need permissions or anything to go to the streets and do a manifestation. So that's the way we're doing. You know? We're saying, okay, we're gonna do a manifestation. We don't have. We're not throwing rocks. We're not, tagging anything. We just have a big sound system where we can play music and talk what we want to talk. And with this way, we have found like a way of getting a little bit more comfortable into the public space. That's one way. The other one, it's yeah, like being thinking a little bit ahead. You know, like that's why we put our sound system in the truck. No, it's more for security. So if we feel that you know, police are coming and they're not in the right mood, no, so we just move. We just move, and that's the way to be, you know, like surprising, you know, I don't know how to say it, surprising, and move ahead, and don't risk, because people are there with their children, with their families, so we cannot stay there and just let things happen. We work with the mic. One time it was really scary, but we were in a street with a lot of buildings. We just called the help of all the people, asked them to take out their phone and to film everything, because we were walking really peaceful way, and the police were trying to, you know, make people react to them. So we were like, hey, we're just walking, singing, playing music, and talking. So everybody take out their phones, register, and that helped a lot. So yeah, that's some of the ways we use to for this police targeting. Hola.
Marina, you unpinned Ricardo. Just double click on his picture. Whee!
A parar para avanzar.
¡Viva el paro
¡Viva el paro
nacional!
nacional!
¡Viva el paro nacional!
Más fuerte.
Necesito más que se acerquen un poco, si no, no nos ve. Ahí están, ok, one. Un poquito más para atrás me toca ir, güey.
Do the chant.
Sorry, the light.
You're forgiven.
A parar
No,
para
hold on.
avanzar. ¡Viva el paro nacional! Por la vida y por la paz.
Otra, ahí está perfecto, ok. 1, 2, 3.
Viva el Soundsystem.
¡Que viva el Soundsystem!
That's done.
¡Viva! Hey, gracias, familia. Gracias a todas y a todos.
Nos vemos.
Hey, gracias. Hey, mucha suerte por allá.
Ricardo, estamos unidos con nuestro hermano Akin en San Basilio de Palenque. Ha unido a la llamada. Akin, ¿nos saludas? ¿Nos escuchas, hermano? Y con la video también. Hermano.
Convile.
Aquí nos escucha.
Aquí, ¿estás ahí? Lo voy a escribir por WhatsApp a ver si hay.
A black bag. Oh, your camera's got such a bag.
compra que venden a venta, la compra son las matas.
In any case, we'll keep trying that one. We were joined by Akin Bongani from the Panteras Prietas, the Black Panthers, which is a football team. It's a women's football team run as a social enterprise from the San Basilio de Palenque. And the Palenques of Colombia were one of the first liberated territories, if not the first liberated territory in all of Venezuela. Actually, a liberated zone created by an escaped enslaved African who were trafficked from Guinea-Bissau, and they, after their years of trafficking, they ran away, liberated the zone as a guerrilla action, and still to this day live in San Basilio de Palenque as an autonomous community of resistance. So we big up our African family and always remember their leadership in the struggle, also in Aguilera. What we were trying to do today was at the 14th to the 16th are festive days of celebration on the land, and they have a whole program today of cultural repair, dance, hair, music, drumming, and we were trying to link live. Now the connection's been very difficult all day, but he is sat there and just
Hay que traducirlo.
Yeah, but I don't think he can hear.
Hola, compa. Aquí. Hola, compa, ¿nos escucha? Ah, pues tú grítale.
Yeah, hermano, aquí.
Pero grite.
Ponte tu video, pues.
Dile hola, compa.
Hola, aquí. Ponte la video.
Compa, ¿nos escuchas?
In any case, we'll continue to facilitate this local link-up, and the idea was to share a bit about their process and their project to empower young women, especially girls, in education, empowering them to recover and reclaim their heritage, not lose it, and use that as a form of repair, but also social and cooperative enterprise. And Akin is now working on a project to unify social enterprises and cooperatives throughout all of Abya Yala as a project of building real pan-Abya Yalan economic repairs. So we large up Akin's efforts anyway, and we understand that one of the practical things about this is, infrastructure and connectivity, like access to internet, access to books and resources, and in their education project, these young girls after school go and sell pencils in order to put their football kit on their back. And each football kit name on their back is the name of an African ancestor in order to recover and reclaim that. But these are the efforts, the practical efforts that people are using in resistance. So in all the conversations we've had about economics and transformation and liberation, these are practical things that people are having to do. So imagine if from here, in those global connections, we were facilitating the actual real basics of building sovereignty and community. And this is also an area which is like a sort of valley area that is basically has two seasons: flooding, rainy, and hot. And with the increasing and worsening climate change, they're having serious crop failure, seriously long rainy seasons, like it's damaging the way they've had their crops. They normally have. Last time I was speaking, you were saying that they normally have a rainy season that has ended by now. That's ended by October, and this rainy season this year is not expected to end until January of 2023. So the football pitch is too muddy to play on. The crops where lots of them farm, and these are the practical issues that social enterprises and cooperative economics are finding alternative solutions to. And in future, we'll continue to hopefully have global connections to support and fundraise and to support our young girls to stay powerful, and build these armies of football players and Pan-African liberation on the continent of Abya Yala. I don't want to answer any questions on his behalf.
Asking how he's doing today and
estás?
how the
Preséntate.
celebration took
¿Por
place.
qué hay celebraciones hoy? ¿Y qué pasa hoy?
Así naría, familia con vileza, lo que está juntado con Cui, Agüe, Andieve, Matrate. Buenos días, familia, quienes estamos hoy reunidos acá. Mi nombre es Akin Bongani, oriundo de la comunidad de Palenque de Biohos. Comunidad ubicada en el Caribe colombiano, fundada por Domingo Penco Biohos, líder cimarrón de origen africano, primer pueblo libre de América, declarado Patrimonio Oral y Material de la Humanidad en 2004. Pero me gustaría verlos a ustedes también, vamos.
Aquí estamos, hermano, en vivo desde una plaza que hemos llamado la Plaza de Rodney. Acá, vamos, caballos. ¿Ves bien? Nos encontramos en una plaza en el centro de Londres, desde la Universidad de Londres.
Porque es de noche, ¿no?
Sí, es la noche. Un espacio que hemos reclamado para facilitar esa educación local y entendernos mejor cómo vinculamos y entender el mundo que nos rodeamos.
Bueno, le cuento. En el día de ayer inició la versión 37 del Festival de Tambores y Expresiones Culturales de Palenque. Bueno, este acto lo que pretende es visibilizar y difundir la cultura palenquera.
Now, this act, what it intends to do is to visibilize and amplify the Palenque culture.
Y también conservar todo ese legado cultural de nuestros ancestros.
As well as preserve the cultural legacy of our ancestors.
La presentación del día de ayer fue un acto muy importante.
Yesterday's presentation was a very important moment.
Debido a que hace 2 años, por motivo de la pandemia, no se realizaba este evento.
Even that for the last 2 years, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to realize our event.
Anoche contamos con la presentación de la agrupación África Negra.
Yesterday we counted with the participation of the organization called Black Africa.
En donde la comunidad palenquera sintió una gran emoción por por ver de primera mano la presentación de un artista africano.
So, at that moment, the Palenquero culture felt a very big emotion at being able to see the presentation of a Black African artist.
Sí, en el marco del festival se desarrollaron varias actividades culturales, talleres y demás.
In the framework of the festival, we developed a lot of different cultural activities as well as workshops and other family-friendly activities.
Bueno, le quería contar una apreciación mía respecto al artista Joa, creo que se llama, de la agrupación.
So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my appreciation for one artist of the group, the collective called Hoak.
Y es que lo noté bastante emotivo, sorprendido.
I could see how moved and surprised he was.
Se relacionó mucho con la gente de Palenque.
He really related to the people of Palenque.
En mi perspectiva sentí que él miraba en los rostros de los palenqueros los rostros de sus hermanos africanos, de su comunidad allá en África.
So what I could see is that in the faces of the Palenquero people, he saw the faces of his African siblings back in Africa.
Fue la unión de dos pueblos que han estado separados por la distancia, pero unidos en mente y corazón.
It was the union of the people who have been separated by distance and time, but that have always been united in heart and mind.
Ya que el sueño de muchos palenqueros es visitar, conocer el continente madre, África.
Given that the dream of many Palenqueros is to visit, to know the motherland, the continent of Africa.
Bueno, hace un rato estuve averiguando con la organización del festival.
A couple of times, sorry, a while ago I was making inquiries to see with the organization of the festival.
Y me contaban de que aún hoy ahorita en la tarde se van a realizar unos talleres en danza y música.
And they were telling me that later today they're going to be having a couple of workshops on dance and music.
Pero eso quería llevarlo, mostrarlo para que pudiéramos ver las actividades del marco del festival.
So I wanted to show you what was going to happen so you could see for yourselves the activities that we have been undertaking under the framework of this important festival.
No!
Ustedes disculparán los ladridos del perro, pero bueno.
You'll forgive the dog barking for the last.
Falcao.
Falcao, you know.
Falcao.
¿Quiere llamar a Torito o algo así?
Se llamará James.
Sí, el otro James.
Adelante, hermana.
Sí, y en verdad que este es todo un espacio que ayer veía a la comunidad muy feliz de tener acá a un hijo de África. Fue bastante emocionante para nosotros acá. Nos disfrutamos al máximo su presentación.
So this is what I wanted to bring today, the joy that I saw yesterday in the community, the Palenque community, seeing perform a Son of Africa. What I saw from the community, the emotion and the joy, that is, yeah, like what I wanted to express deeply.
Bueno, cabe resaltar de que el evento está en su versión número 37.
So as I said before, this is the 37th edition of this event.
Y que se celebra todos los meses de octubre a partir del día 12 al 15.
So we celebrate it every single year from the 12th to the 15th of October.
Exactamente. En esta ocasión se corrió un poquito para aprovechar el fin de semana y tener mayor población visitante.
So on this occasion, this year, we changed it a little bit up until the weekend so that we could have more people coming in.
Exacto. En estos momentos, pues, me voy a dirigir, no sé cómo se esté manejando el tiempo acá, a uno de los lugares donde se van a realizar las presentaciones. O también podría presentarle, pues, parte de la comunidad, cómo está el ambiente, o mirar los talleres, que también sería importante.
So right now I'm going to be going into the event, and I could also show like what the mood, what the vibe of the community is, and to show you some of the workshops and some of the activities that are going to be done.
Yes, please. Yeah! Sí, sí, sí.
Bueno.
Corre.
Bueno. Falcao no puede ir Falcao porque es bravo y muerde a todos los que están en la calle.
Falcao is a dog that was like, actually, he has a temperament. So he would bite.
Sí, bastante sol. Bueno, ahí esta es mi mamá.
Hola.
Se está peinando, preparando para la fiesta. Ahí ya le escucha.
¡Hey! ¡Hola!
¿Te está escuchando, Jerry?
¡Hola!
Muy hermoso con el peinado y todo.
Gracias.
Y esta es la peinadora, una sobrina. Open English.
Hello. Hola.
Hello. Bien, gracias a Dios. Ahorita empieza a las 4.
Anda, pues corre.
Ya déjame trabajar.
Pues sí, hermano Jerry. Esta es acá vivo en el Palenque de Benke Biohos. Este es el barrio donde vivo. Se llama Chopacho, que es la lengua tradicional palenquera y traduce Tío Francisco. Se parece mucho a Ghana. Sí, plátano. Esta es una de las chicas que tira las panteras. Ahí está. Chaira te saluda. Te saludan. Ella es la capitana del equipo de la pantera que participó en el torneo en Cartagena. Hola. Vale, ahí te va a decir una palabra a ella. Tiene pena, Jerry. Bueno, se parece a Ghana, ¿no? Acá hay pequeñas huertas, pequeños patios.
Forest garden. Development, like community garden.
¿Qué más?
Y ahora, hermano, como durante todo el partido, ¿cómo va el proceso de las Panteras Prietas? ¿Cómo son las realidades? ¿Cómo avanza los
So how's the process of the Black Panthers? How is the team doing?
Bueno, hermano, así vamos creciendo, en verdad que sí. El tema poblacional, cada vez más chicas se vinculan al proceso. Y bueno, como te contaba, estamos participando en el torneo en Cartagena, pero ya hace 4 semanas no nos dan programación al grupo femenino.
As I said, we're going to be going to competition in Cartagena, and for a couple of weeks we haven't been able to play.
Y sí, vamos ahí en la lucha. Estamos luchando, tratando de mantener este proceso y darle oportunidad a las chicas de que puedan desarrollar estas actividades.
So we're in the struggle, we're in the process of continuing to fight for the possibility of the girls being able to have this opportunity.
¿Sabe? Nuestro compromiso es siempre, bueno, resaltar la labor de las mujeres y el tema cultural, que también prima. Tratamos de reflejar nuestras manifestaciones a través de nuestras actividades deportivas.
So what I'd really like to emphasize is the role of women in our cultural activities and how that's coming about in the way that we are engaging in our sports activities as well. Building community.
Bueno, ya estamos llegando acá a la plaza.
Now we're getting to the good part. The plaza.
Donde se está realizando el evento.
Now we're here where the event is taking place.
La plaza tiene por nombre Plaza Benke Biohos.
So the name of the plaza is Benke Biohos.
En honor a nuestro líder, a nuestro máximo líder y libertador, Domingo Benke Biohos.
In honor of our leader, our maximum leader and liberator, Domingo Benke Biohos.
Sí, en esta tarima, en este escenario, fue donde anoche se presentó la agrupación África Negra.
And it is in this stage where last night the group Black Africa did the performance that I was talking about.
Bueno, ahora voy a tratar de hablar con un habitante de la comunidad para que le cuente su experiencia del día de ayer, cómo vivió el evento.
So I'm gonna go
a ver qué apreciaciones nos da.
So I'm going to go and try and find a member of the community to interview so that they tell you firsthand what yesterday meant for them, and what they saw and what they lived.
Bueno, acá está, mire, la venta de productos artesanales de la comunidad.
So we have here selling of the artisanal products from our community to our community.
Sí, ya el Copa de Día la ha ido a traer. Él no ha venido. Sí. Ambochí. Sí, aquí estamos, estas son venta de cocadas, dulces típicos. elaborados acá en la comunidad de Palenque.
That's selling of cocadas, a very typical Colombian Caribbean treat.
Todo esto basado en la gastronomía palenquera, que es de origen bastante africano.
And this is based on Palenquero cuisine, which is based on African cuisine.
Opa, en estos momentos estoy en una videollamada con unos amigos de...
I want this interview though. Yeah, okay. Akin's finding us an interview.
La presentación ayer fue muy impactante porque los palenqueros se sintieron identificados.
Yesterday was very important because the Palenquero felt identified with what was happening on stage.
Los palenqueros se sintieron identificados con África Negra.
The people of Palenque felt identified with Black Africa.
Sí, hermano. Sí, hola.
Hola. Aquí estamos.
¿Me escuchan?
Sí, aquí estamos.
¿Aló?
Hello. Hello. No. Grítale.
Hola.
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 Sí, estamos. Saludos desde Palenque.
Greetings from Palenque.
La celebración está muy buena, estamos muy alegres con África Negra.
The celebration was very good. We're very joyful with Black Africa.
Sí, y nos sentimos como palenqueros identificados con el grupo y el evento de ayer, la inauguración fue muy buena y estamos muy felices.
And we feel identified as Palenque people with Black Africa, and yesterday's event, yesterday's inauguration was very good and we feel very joyful.
Does anyone have any questions? What was the question, sir?
What's your role in this?
La cultura, mirando la cultura palenquera en un término donde se expresa mucho más con el festival de tambores.
Now what we see is that Palenque culture really finds expression through the festival of drums. What type of drums are they?
Tenemos el tambor alegre.
We have the joyful drum.
La tambora.
The tambora.
Y el tambor mayor que es el pechiche.
And the pechiche, which is the big tambor, big drum.
Why is it important to him as like someone of African heritage on the continent?
Es muy importante porque se mantiene en vivo la cultura africana fuera de África. Somos África fuera de África. Entonces es importante mantener nuestras tradiciones que nuestros ancestros trajeron de allá.
This is a very important process for the community because it is keeping Africa alive in them. They are Africa outside of Africa. So this process and this festival keeps alive the culture. So what do they want people to know about their culture?
Un pedacito de África en Colombia, donde mantenemos cada una de las tradiciones que traímos de allá, como los ancestros.
We want the world to know. We want the world to know that we are a little part of Africa in Colombia and that we keep alive the culture of our ancestors.
Tenemos esa cultura que hoy nos diferencia del resto del mundo y del país.
We have a culture
Así es que muy bonito, los esperamos que vengan algún día por acá y vamos a seguir disfrutando el festival.
Hermano, ya voy y busco otro paisano, otro hermano que nos dé su apreciación.
We find it very beautiful to be a culture that is unique in the world and that is unique in Colombia.
Las plantas. Ya, espera un momento y me alejo de la bulla, voy a alejarme un poco de la y me repite la pregunta.
I'm gonna get to a more quiet place to hear the question. Pero ¿por qué a mí, mi amor? Hágame por acá. Déjame en paz.
Ahora sí, hermano.
Now we can hear. So what are the challenges to upholding the self-determination of the Palenques?
Es el proceso para mantener la libertad de los palenqueros, es lo que me estás preguntando. Bueno, hermano, te cuento. Uno de los mayores desafíos que tenemos nosotros como palenqueros es lograr conseguir la autosostenibilidad dentro de nuestro territorio. ¿Sí? Porque debido a eso al palenquero le ha tocado migrar a muchas ciudades del país. Y esto ha llevado a un debilitamiento o deterioro de las manifestaciones culturales por las cuales se vienen luchando.
So the biggest challenge is to realize and make sure that we have our autonomy.
A muchos temas de racismo, de discriminación, porque el mundo aún desconoce la importancia y los aportes que han hecho nuestras comunidades al desarrollo de la nación colombiana. Así que hoy por hoy Palenque tiene, en busca de esa independencia, quiere o aspira a convertirse en un municipio especial, ¿sí? En donde pueda gestionar sus propios recursos, ¿sí? Y generar fuente de empleo para que el palenquero no se vea en la necesidad de salir a trabajar a otras ciudades, como te decía anteriormente. Porque al salir nos vemos siempre en la obligación de adaptarnos a culturas no propias, ¿sí? Despacio.
Okay, so he was saying that the biggest challenge that the Palenque has right now is the building of self-sustaining autonomy, especially economically within the community, because without that economic autonomy, there's a lot of dependency on the outside, and because of that, there's a lot of migration, and the way in which migration and large parts of the population migrating weakens the cultural expression and the autochthonous ways of being of the Palenquero culture. He was also talking about the role of racism and discrimination because of the white supremacist invisibility of the African diaspora, of the role that the African diaspora has done in the nation building of Colombia, and how institutionally that is completely invisibilized over and over again, which means that what they really truly want is to undertake a process of building their own autonomy and building a self-sustaining community, because the fact of the matter is that migration at the individual level, it's really difficult because people need to adapt to cultures which are not their own, but importantly, it affects the collective peoplehood of the Palenquero culture as well, because people leave, and that weakens cultural expression.
Uy, hermano, disculpen por hablar tanto. Se me olvidó que tenían que traducir.
He forgot we had to translate. No, tú dale, mi amor, no te preocupes.
Pues sí, sí que una de las mayores dificultades que tenemos como comunidad es esa, es el autosostenimiento, porque dependemos administrativamente de otros entes gubernamentales, como lo son alcaldías y gobernaciones.
Yeah, so one of the difficulties as well is at the part of governance, because administratively, the Palenque people who depend on government bodies from the national government, like the municipalities, but also the mayor's office.
Es por esto que hoy por hoy se presentó el proyecto para convertir a Palenque en un municipio especial.
This is why we've actually launched the project to make Palenque a special municipality, where we can be able to build self-governance in a bit more independently from the national government. I know.
I love that we're just getting a tour.
Mantención de nuestro legado cultural, de nuestras manifestaciones culturales.
Because this is part of us making sure that we are able to maintain the legacy of our cultural expression and our ancestral expression.
Benkos Biohos.
Acá miramos una de las instituciones,
Yeah.
una de las sedes de la institución de Palenque.
So this is the headquarters of one of the institutions of Palenque. It's the institution, the Ethno Education Technical Institution of San Basilio de Palenque. Agropecuaria is agricultural. The agricultural, so the Institute of Technical Agricultural Education, Ethno Education, Benkos Biohos.
Bueno, también estamos bastante arraigados a África. La institución también tiene por nombre Benkos Biohos. Sí. Esa es muestra de todo ese aferramiento a conservar la cultura y las tradiciones que vienen desde África.
So we have really fought, as you see in the name of our ethno education, especially carrying the name of Benkos Biohos, that we have never let go of the African legacy and African ancestry.
Any other questions before we una pregunta desde acá. What was it?
Sí.
What's changed with Francia?
¿Ya no ha habido cambio? So the question is whether you've seen any changes in Colombia since the presidency of Francia Márquez, the first
Bueno, sí, claro. Hubo un cambio grandísimo. Y el primer cambio fue el hecho de que esté Francia Márquez, de que esté una negra, una mujer negra en ese puesto, es de vital importancia para nosotros como comunidad. En cuanto a las políticas, aún se está trabajando en eso y esperamos que sea gratificante para los pueblos negros de Colombia el hecho de que tengamos hoy día una vicepresidenta. Es importante, tenía que suceder en algún momento y hoy se dio de vicepresidenta. La idea es que las cosas se hagan de la mejor manera y apostar en unas próximas elecciones sea una presidencia, ya no una vicepresidencia.
So it has been a massive change.
Porque al final nosotros
so we know that it's been a massive change, the historicness of the change in there being a black woman in the position of vice presidency in Colombia. They are still inputting into the policy questions of what that will mean for all Afro-Colombians across the country. But importantly, they know that the process will be beneficial to all ethnic African heritage peoples across Colombia. He's emphasizing really the historicness of what this means, that the first female vice president of Colombia is a black woman, is an African heritage woman who carries that accountability. And lastly, that they know that in 4 years she will not be vice president, she will be the president.
Gran parte de la sociedad colombiana no ha aceptado que tengamos una vicepresidenta negra.
A big part of the
y eso ha sido el gran porcentaje a la población blanco mestiza del país.
So a big part of the Colombian society hasn't accepted that there is a black vice president in power, and that is largely because of the white mestizo population in the country.
Porque el simple hecho de que Francia Márquez esté en la vicepresidenta es muestra de toda esa lucha que durante años la población afro, negra, que ha sido tan golpeada en Colombia ha estado.
So the simple fact that Francia is a vice president is a testament to the struggle that the Afro and Black Colombian population have been subjected to and have been fighting for generations.
Sí, Colombia nunca ha querido reconocer nuestros aportes en el país, aunque han sido bastante notorios, pero lamentablemente tenemos que seguir luchando contra eso.
So Colombia has never wanted to recognize the contributions to nationhood the African heritage and the diaspora have made across the generations, which have been undeniable, and we must continue to fight against this invisibilization.
Can we see his face for some closing statements? Hey!
Un verso de rap.
Yeah!
Sí, sí.
He's gonna rap for us.
Bueno, dale. Y trafoscabela, que non gusta cacamajan, solo a saber imba, ya vivir y justa nomás. Pero y no sin da guambimba, mi sabiduría bala como apura en drocasimba, manio mamá bala, en ritrocha, suto ten que topeta, pa inta, a bombindazo, boaten, que hace mi caso, suto trompiapo bienestar y todo humano, y monari, boa, sendanga, lipotano, un pasazo poco, no más caña, que le memo gasa beba que justa, un doctor más genderioso, suto que le pipi carocho, como caneo, cuposa, que como piangulí, gente no cosa, batiela, por le viví en paz, tocusa malo, gate en que lugar, tocusa malo, gate en que lugar, ya. Cosa de bari Palenque de Biohos, de allí se da, Mapito tierra de África en Colombia, de aquí se da, primer pueblo libre de América. De aquí se da, bolsa pe bari Palenque de Biohos, de aquí se da, primer pueblo libre de América, de aquí se da, y miniru chito tierra, onde oriki ritabala con lembo vena. Donde mochitear suto, sentar suto memo, África, Bantú, ser lo bueno. Yo vengo de la tierra de Graciela, los batatas, del Ceteto, las estrellas, Royolata, de la tierra de los catonas, Pambelé, donde bailan pavos, son de negro, mapalé, donde vos polé, miná, cuadro, riñón, cuñeque, donde ya no donde eran escasos los juguetes, pero los juegos abundaban, Cholobo, Reconde Conde, no paraban, y ahí le vamos. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me alegra que estén bien.
¿Cómo estás?
Espera un momento, hermano, que me están hablando acá las niñas. Las niñas de las Panteras Prietas.
They're teammates.
Mira, ustedes se van y van a ver el festival acá. Están viniendo. Acaban de llegar al festival. No, después no toman ese papá.
Pues sí, hermano.
Vale, hermano. Para la gente acá, vamos a sacar una foto.
Bueno, preguntas no tanto, más bien agradecimiento. En verdad que para mí es un honor y una felicidad inmensa estar hablando con ustedes y poder mostrarle un poco de lo que es nuestra comunidad.
So I don't have any questions for you, just really deep gratitude for letting me tell you what's been happening and for you to be able to see what the community is about and what we're about.
Desde aquí os saludamos.
We're gonna take a picture, so go in the front.
Photo!
Everyone in the front.
Photo!
Sí. Go to the front.
All right, everyone. You okay?
Espere, le muestro algo. Mire. Quería mostrar este mural.
You can see it on there. Get that person.
África acá está en todas partes. Y allá al fondo se mira el barrio Benke Biohos.
Can we all shout Benke Biohos? Sí, vamos a hacer un Benke Biohos en tres. O si tienes como una grita desde acá. Desde allá, desde allá. Benke Biohos on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Vale, hermano, ¿qué pasa la cámara? ¡Hey! ¡Benko! 1, 2, 3.
Esta es nuestra escultura de Domingo Benke Biohos. Si pueden mirar, está señalando hacia el occidente, porque según nuestra posición geográfica, a la dirección donde señala la estatua queda el continente africano, hacia el occidente.
He's pointing towards the west.
A esa dirección, mirando hacia occidente, en señal de la repatriación del retorno.
He's pointing towards the west because, according to where they are geographically, towards the west is where Africa, the continent, is. So he's pointing towards home.
Acá está un stand de peinado, no sé si se lo pueda mostrar. ¿Qué tiempo tenemos?
Pues esto, hermano, tenemos que ahora irnos, pero lo hacemos que vamos a hacer una foto con tu carita.
Está frío aquí. No todos estamos en Colombia.
Ponte tu cara y nos despedimos.
Sí, con él.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Benke Biohos. Saludos muy cordiales desde Home to Botany Freedom Square y nos vemos. 1, 2, 3. ¡Benke! 1, 2, 3.
¡Benke Biohos! Ayer, con Pilesa. Ayer, hermano, hermano mío. Algún día nos veremos. Algún día nos encontraremos y compartiremos.
Seguro, hermano. Hasta muy pronto, hermano. Disfrútate de toda la fiesta. Disfruta.
Bien, gracias.
Y nosotros acá también. Hasta muy pronto.
Bien, bendiciones a todo el grupo, a todos los que están en la plaza.
Blessings to everyone in the square.